Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Real Time Wisdom Show with Lainie and Joanna. We're so happy that you have joined us either here or virtually, and we have some really good news to share with you about our weekend and upcoming events. And yeah, join in with any of your comments or questions. We would be happy to answer them. And Lainey, how are you tonight?
Hi, everybody. Hi, welcome to the show. Let us know who's here. We'll give it
Hi,
a few minutes
Christine.
before we get going. If you are first time to our show, let us know that. If you just met us at Staarcon, let us know that. We are going to have a great recap of really a great weekend. It was our first weekend in a very long time, with the exception locally here of Peace Day. It was the first time we had been out kind of in public during this crazy time period we call pandemic. So that was kind of unique for us, right? And the event was hybrid, right? So that means that in these days, that's kind of the norm now, is that people go either in person or they do it on virtually. Not everyone does it as a hybrid. Some either do it one or the other, but I think this worked out well for them. What do you think?
I do too. You know, it was Mercury retrograde. There was a couple of tech issues, but everything really ended well. All's well that ends well. And our presentation, except for a few minor glitches, went really well. We had lots of engagement from all over and sold some decks from the online community. So that was really nice. And Tony was our I called her our Sherpa. She was so good at assisting us at everything that we did. So I just want to say publicly, with everybody listening, thank you, Tony Wingle. You are the bomb diggity. And I would do a road trip with you anytime because we laughed our butts off this past
Yeah, we had a great time.
We
And
really had a good time.
Thanks, Tony, for all that. And I just want to jump back to the conference. I love, what I missed is in these forums is meeting people. And it was nice because it was so mask. It was like whatever you felt. Like if you wanted to wear a mask, great. If you didn't want to wear a mask, great. If you needed to socially distance, great. Like everyone just kind of was in fluid with all that, which I really appreciated. There was no, sometimes you go places and you kind of not sure. And, like everyone just got to be them. Yeah. So I really love that. I also love
the kindness that was extended.
Absolutely.
Was really wonderful.
I love when you go to these events that you have this common theme of everyone's awake and enlightened and wanting to learn about divination and the ancient arts and the new progressive arts and how things change and what's different. And you're meeting people from all over the world. You're meeting people. I mean, we had people presenting from the UK and Ireland, and I mean, just all over the US, everywhere. Yeah. And it just goes to show how incredible this esoteric world is that we all love to navigate in. And it just made my heart so happy, like, yeah, I've missed this entirely. And, look forward to the world opening up again, because it does make such a big difference being in person. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah. We met some people, and that was the general theme. People said it's so good to connect in person. I mean, we've been living in a virtual world almost for the last couple of years. And so to actually be face to face with people, even if it's mask to mask, I mean, it was just wonderful. And I do have to say the response to the Food Healing Oracle deck was just fabulous. We are definitely the unicorn of the Oracle set at this point. Nobody else has done food, and people were just kind of blown away. I think that we were able to explain what the divination of food is, and people got a new perspective. I loved sharing our work with the world in that way, because not everybody thinks of food as a divining tool.
Yes.
So, and to speak to the people who do that with tarot or oracle or whatever they do it, medium they do it with, it was fabulous. It gave me a real sense that our work is needed right now. More
No
than
doubt. Some people came up to us and they were tarot oracle people, and they love all the metaphors that we have going on with the deck. Then there was real world people who had food disorders, who had some health challenges, and asked about the deck from that perspective. I mean, literally, there were so many facets to the different people who were drawn to the deck. And people say, who's your audience? And we're like, it's that big, because he said personal trainers, nurses, doctors, health coaches. And there's the esoteric people, the coaches, the life coaches. And then there's the people who just want to eat organically and want to understand more about the consciousness of vegan living foods. So it was great. So those were some things. And I think our highlight, we could both say, and you actually touched on it without giving too much of it away, because he's going to be on our show coming up. But let's talk about what was so fab in our world when we there. I think that just we were like, bing.
Actually, it's the 4 fab.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got to meet this gentleman, Frank, and I hesitate to say his last name because it is a tongue twister. Lainie,
Quite. Forget it. He'll be on the show.
He'll be on the show and he could pronounce his own last name. Wonderful, wonderful man who did a presentation on the tarot and Beatles songs. I mean, it was like mind-blowing. We were mesmerized because, of course, 2 of our T-shirts give homage to John Lennon's song and the Beatles song. So we had great conversations with him, a couple of them, quite a few, because I think he was so interested in our work as we were interested in his work, both very unique.
If there's someone other than Denise and Tony who already know the answer, if you could tell us what our 2 Beatles song T-shirts are, we're going to pull a card for you and give you a little reading. But you'd have to do like that, like immediately. Like, don't go on our website. If you just happen to know, that would be amazing, because we do promote those shirts a lot, and they're so much fun. So the Beatles and tarot and all the mystical connections, and it really reminded us of food and how we take the tarot and relate it to the food healing oracle deck. So there was just so many mystical connections between us. So he will be on here, and if there are Beatles lovers, let us know, because we told them there are besides us. So we will be sharing, I think we talked about tarot, oracle, and metaphors, and how all of this connects, because there was so much in relation to that. So thanks, Christine. No clue. See, well, then maybe at some point you have to check out our shirts. We'll just tell you, because I didn't think anyone's here, and people may see this later, but we have 2 shirts that incorporate the food healing oracle deck. I'll name one. Joanna names the other. This one actually is, let me see if I can pull the card up, and then that might make much more sense. And I'll do.
Oh, Tamara says, give olives a chance.
Give olives a chance. Cool.
Go.
All right. She got one. What's the second one? Well, I was looking for the olives card, but if I can't find that one, maybe I can find the other one, or if you have it handy, but I'm not seeing it in a quick pull.
No, magical carpet ride, right?
No, that would be Stephen Wolf, baby. We're talking almonds.
No, I'm sorry. Oh my God, forgive me. Forgive me.
Almonds.
Olives. Yeah.
Here, I found almonds. Okay.
Oh, almonds, power to the people.
Almonds, power to the people. Maybe you can find the olives card. I don't know what happened to my olives card. Anyways, power to the people. Ours is almonds to the people.
I might be able to find that.
That's our John Lennon. And then our olives one, of course, is our peace card. And that is give olives a chance, right? All we are saying is give peace a chance. So we brought him over and showed him like, hey, look at our Beatles homage with food. And he was like, boo! It's really, really, really cool.
That was fun. That
Wait,
was
oh, it's
definitely
sitting
fun.
right in front of me. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Pieces
there it
right
is.
under my nose. All right,
Right
well,
under your nose.
I remembered one, Tamara. So let's just pull a card for you right now, just to break it up. And then we have some really cool announcements of things that people have asked about, and now they are here. So first, let's just give a card of the day. What's in Tamara's highest good? Onions. Acceptance. Yeah. So Tamara, this card is for you. What's coming up, I think, is whatever is stirring the pot in your world right now, especially during Mercury is retrograde. You need to come into a level of acceptance and being okay, even with things not being okay, not figured out, not solidified, not sorted, because in the end, it does sort itself, especially when things get a little bit more direct. So onion is just letting you know to come in sort of this sort of like calm place of acceptance and let the layers unfold. You need to get more blueberry, right? You need to get more clarity to come in and accept. I love that expression, accept that which you cannot change, accept that everything's in divine order, accept that everything's perfectly laid out exactly, and we're just walking through the parts. Ta-da. Do you want to add to that?
No, I think that was good. I just noticed that you quoted a line in that song, and in the end.
And in the end. Oh my gosh. We're so Beatles bound. In fact, what we loved about this weekend is that we were a little bit of a distance away from where the conference was. And so we just played Beatles. We played all sorts of music, but we had so much fun. We just sang in the car all of our songs. I played DJ, and then we would just all, get in on it.
It was definitely fun, even with my out of tone voice.
Oh, it was great. I heard Tony singing in the back. She was like,
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too.
So one of the things that has happened as a result of this weekend, and it's interesting because we said, what is the highlight of this weekend? And we kept, what is this weekend about? And the answer was transformation, asparagus. And, what is transforming? What is changing? What is shifting? And so there was a lot of stuff that has happened this weekend. But as a result of one person who asked if she can buy the book, and when people buy the small book, the deck doesn't come with the book. And so we have always been saying, well, one day we might have the book. But at this point, it's hard with things coming overseas and time delays and costs and shipping expenses. We just decided, similar to the smoothie book that we made digital, we are now offering, and it'll be up in the next day on our website, a digital version that you could purchase of the book itself. So whether your book got worn, torn, used and abused, whether you just want a copy of it because you have the smaller deck, the PDF version, the digital version of our book that comes inside the regular deck will now be available online. Probably in the next day. And I know a lot of people, we get calls all the time. We'd love to have the smaller deck. I have small hands. I'd rather have that. That's great. Can I have the book? No, use our app. Now that is available. So for however you want it, it's $11.95 and it'll be up probably in the next day. So a lot of people have asked about that. We'll also make, some notices about that in our newsletter. So that's a good thing.
That's a wonderful thing.
And
we
conversely,
also had some interest, and I don't know if we're ready to announce this, but we've already announced it. We've also had some interest in our ISIS, our Intentional Smoothie Symposiums. There was a lot of interest in that event that is coming in end of April, May time.
Yes. We have a lot of events before that. for sure, but we definitely want to make note of that. And of course, that's live. So now we're kind of in the mode of going live and in person. So we'll have a certification that weekend, Friday and Saturday, the 29th and 30th. And then that Sunday, you could stay and do all three. You'll have the live ISIS, or just come for ISIS, intentional smoothie. And we're also going to have we are going to do one more live on Zoom, March 4th and 5th. For those of you who still want to jump in and you haven't done it, take the certification. But guess what just arrived, speaking of overseas, about half hour ago. Ta-da! We just got a brand new shipment of our new smoothie book. Well, it's the new second edition, because we sold out of the first batch, but they just arrived today. So now you can get a hard copy, and you can get also the digital. And so blend and intend. So however you want it, have it. Great Valentine's gift.
Yes, it is, especially for the smoothie lovers, or even people who might not love smoothies yet, but want to get healthy and want to have those affirmations in the morning while they're drinking their smoothie or whenever they drink it.
Yeah. Well, and we have a love smoothie. We have a lot of things having to do with love in that book. That's a perfect gift to give somebody. So one more announcement, and then what we're going to be doing tonight is, actually, for those of you who didn't get to attend Staarcon, we are going to recap the reading that we did there for our listeners and watchers here. So you won't miss out. It's not the whole presentation, but at least we will do the reading for you. So it'll be a group reading. You can take in the energy of prosperity, because that's what the topic's all about.
Does anybody have any questions right now for us about the weekend or anything that we've announced so far? Just put them in the chat.
I like what you're wearing. Pretty.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't usually wear white, but I like the sweater, and it's nice and comfy, cozy.
You look like, like the goddess, like Athena.
This is me.
And the necklace, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm cold. It's been cold here.
It's been cold, which is why I have this bulky sweater on, because it's chilly.
I'm actually wearing a jacket I would probably wear like in New Mexico or New York when I travel. Like, that's how cold it is here.
Well, that's a trip that we have to look forward to as well. Our New Mexico trip.
Our New Mexico trip is going to come in May. We're going to be seeing stores, doing a certification, and another ISIS there. We'll be doing a Smoothie Symposium. So actually, you can choose, if you do want to blend and intend with us, intend to either be in Florida or New Mexico. You have two amazing choices. So just keep checking the website, or we'll be announcing it. But coming up literally, I was going to say literally in a month, but now it's the 24th. On the 23rd, I'll let you explain it while I talk about it, because this is also a hybrid. You can come wherever you are, virtually or live. So let's talk about this. Let me find it first.
We are going to be joining the incomparable Kristen Collins at her collaboratorium and doing a workshop on the consciousness of food. I believe the title is...
Do you not see it up on the screen?
Yes, I do. Okay. Awakening to intentional eating, nourishing your body for complete emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual, which we call EMPS, wellness. And that is going to be in Fort Myers, downtown. We're so excited about this because our audience is growing larger, and this is a tap into a whole nother segment of our audience. And Kristen is an amazing collaborator with people, and she has so much wonderful energy that we're really looking forward to this with her. And she'll be on our show
coming up in February. I think it's February 10th.
I don't know the exact date, but
there is limited spots in person, and we would love for you to come, and you can attend virtually, and it's so well priced. It's an amazing workshop. So it's $44 in person, $33 online. So I'm just going to put this here right now, and wherever you are, you would definitely want to take that, because we always touch on something a little bit different in all of our courses. And then several people asked about the tarot one again. We're going to be doing that. We'll have some dates for you. And the Archangelic Realm and Ascended Masters, we'll have some dates for you. And some new things coming. But those are all that we have at the moment. That's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of
any
stuff.
Questions about any of that? Or
2022 is shaping up to be very busy. So far, we are booked up into the end of June. I mean, pretty much. So
a lot of people yesterday were asking, they wanted to attend all the classes, which is great. Here's the website for Kristen Collins. You can learn more about her. She's amazing, and more about the different workshops she's hosting. Mm-hmm. We're the featured workshop. Like, this is like just about us on February 23rd, but on April 9th, she's having a full day like summit where there's 5 integrated different speakers, and we're one of them there. And that'll be kind of like high vibe, everything, high vibe eating, high vibe thinking, meeting, thinking, being, whatever. So it'll be good. Any questions about any of that? I'm looking forward to smaller decks in the Smoothie books, all in divine time. Yeah, the smaller decks, people really love them. I don't know, measure your hand, but they're just great size. Again, that was our happy accident. Yeah. But they're great, especially for online. You can easily do this. Not to say that there's anything wrong with we love our regular deck, but
we love look what I just pulled.
What did you just pull?
Life Force. That's what's happening with the Food Healing Oracle deck. It's gathering more and more life force.
Yeah, it is.
That's our ginseng.
Well, we really need it. We really need it because, when people are fallen ill, the first thing they need to do is fortify the body. And that's how this all started. And that's how this will continue on, and to create that opportunity for people. So, all right. Well, let's get into the reading. If anyone has any questions, great. Oh, when is the date? Denise is asking, when is the date for Florida? Which event?
Yeah, which event? We have a few.
We have the certification and the ISIS, which is the intentional smoothie. We have the Kristen Collins event, Awakening to Intentional Eating. That's going to be Wednesday, February 23rd from 4 to 5 p.m. And what else are we doing specifically for Florida? I think that might be it. Everything else is virtual.
Well, we'll get to be on Kristen's show as well on Instagram on February 10th. And she's going to interview us there, but that's not live. And
but I don't think we didn't mention that here, so I don't know if that's what. I'm not sure. Well, let us know, Denise. What? Oh, intentional smoothie. Yeah, that's going to be live on Sunday, May 1st.
And Denise, you can always join us in Albuquerque for that intentional smoothie symposium date.
The commute to Cape Coral might be easier, but you never know. You might want to go for it.
Right.
Let me just show you in case people wanted to see that. This is the flyer for that event. And we already have signups for it, which is great. And that's already in May. But can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I love that flyer.
Intentional Smoothie Symposium is Sunday, May 1st, live full day course taught at the Food Healing Oracle Deck Kitchen. Yeah, so we're going to do this here, and then we'll also do it at the end of the month in Albuquerque. Well, it's just outside of Albuquerque. I'm just going to say New Mexico. People haven't heard of it. It's Los Lunas. Okay, there's that. Please join us for that. It will be amazing. Okay. Hope that answers that. Whoops. All right. Let's get to it. All right. So let's talk about this reading, this group reading. So what we had talked about, we had to prepare the presentation in advance so they can have it ready with all their technical people getting it ready so people online can watch it and people live can watch it. And we were talking in the camera and we're talking to the people in the room, and we have a moderator next to us telling us what people are saying online. It was good. It was good. So one of the things we did was tune in, of course, so we can prepare the presentation. So I think what's on everyone's mind is prosperity in finances and money and
Well,
prosperity comes in many different ways, right? Health.
health,
That's having prosperity, being prosperous with our health, with our wealth, with our
relationships.
relationships. What else? Any other categories? Prosperous in terms of trying to get maybe a job promotion, a new job. I
Hmm.
mean, there's
Hmm.
lots of ways. Prosperous in getting pregnant. Prosperous in, oh God. Anyways, basically moving forward in a prosperous way. So we just took that theme and we asked Spirit, well, what is it that's on everyone's mind? So we're going to just we'll borrow some cards from the weekend. Tony, get to hear it again. And hopefully you're okay with that, is understanding where we are in the world right now and what can we do. And we like to always set a time frame when we do readings. You don't always have to. I tend to do that. Do you do that,
Yeah, I
Joanna?
do that.
You
I
do.
do that. Even in my tarot readings, it's, I put a 3-month window, because to me that's manageable. Unless the cards are showing me something different or I intuit something different, that it might take a little longer or shorter. Sometimes things are imminent and it, like they're coming, like this isn't it right now. But yeah, I like giving a timeline.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So why don't we get into the reading? So anything else you want to share before we begin?
No, I think that I'm ready to get to this reading again. Even though I know the outcome, I think it was such a wonderful, wonderful card pull, and yeah, I love the reactions from people that we got.
I've been eating this reading since
I've
the
been
reading.
eating it.
I've
Yeah,
been eating the reading,
yeah.
Does that make sense?
You've been imbibing in the energetics of the foods in your body and putting them in your body.
I follow the teachings because they work.
You do. I mean, I'm with you a lot, and you do a better job than I do. I try, but you definitely are on point, you know?
This weekend I made bags of snacks and I made apples and I made red bell peppers because I was inspiring an abundance of connection, inspiring an abundant. I was being inspired by meeting other people, inspired by, whatever spirit wants to convey to teach to others. So yeah, I do. I really do. And every time I eat, I take a bite of something. Like you even said to me, I was on the phone with her eating apples and she said, are you eating abundance right now? I'm like, yes, I'm eating an entire bag of abundance. Must have been
I do
toppings of
have to say,
Honeycrisp.
before we get to the reading, I do have to share an experience that we had. So we went to this wonderful vegan restaurant in Palm Beach Gardens, right, called Christopher's Kitchen. And so we all ordered our food, and then Lainey takes the cards and puts the cards out by our dishes that we ordered. Tony had ordered a dish with figs. So, there was our figs meditation card, and I had ordered something that had tomatoes and onions and avocados. And she put
No, it
those
was
cards.
nachos. It was like
Yeah, it
a
was this
tower,
big thing of
nacho
nachos.
tower,
These
vegan.
vegan nachos that were just amazing. And then Lainey ordered, what was it that you ordered? You ordered the
I ordered mushroom pizza.
that's right, mushroom pizza. And so which was fabulous. So she put the mushroom card by her. And so we had this wonderful server who came over and looked at the cards and said, "Oh my goodness, those are so cute." She ended up buying a deck from us. She was mesmerized by it, by the fact that we were doing that with our food. I'm telling you, you want to have fun out there? Take our deck to a restaurant, put the cards down with what you ordered, and talk about eating with intention. Oh, that's the bomb. It's just the bomb diggity, because you are looking at the cards, the corresponding words, you're eating the food, and there's nothing better. There's nothing better than that.
Well, think about it. So I ordered the mushroom one because the card of the day that morning that I posted was mushrooms. Like today
Yeah.
was intending to be magic. So I was going to, at
Mhm.
the end of the day, intend that with the mushroom pizza. But what was so cool is that Tony had the apple and fig, beautiful. You'll have to look on any of our socials. We have pictures of the food. But you can almost look at her food And I kid you not, it was so beautiful and
So
serene
beautiful.
and calm. Like it was a meditative, like
It was.
display. Like it really was the way,
And it was
and it was meditation,
delicious.
an abundance of meditation. I was calm just looking at her food, and then I would
Mhm.
gently pick it up and eat it with like sacredness, just the
I
way it was
know.
made.
It was. It had apples, figs, and cashew cheese, which was, oh my goodness, was that and on what was it, Tony? Flaxseed crackers or something. It was so
Food
incredible.
was amazing. But yeah, all right. I hope we made you all hungry. Thanks,
Yes.
Tina. What does Tina write? Red bell pepper. Yes.
Yeah. And then
Yes.
she said, thank you for that. Never thought of doing this with our meals. Oh, it's
Oh,
really,
do it. Do it.
yeah.
Well, that's the whole purpose behind the smoothie book, right? Is to
Mhm.
blend and intend. Like blend it, hold it, drink it, look at it, read the affirmation, and take another sip. You will see a shift. There's no question. That's
Absolutely.
what we did.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get prosperous, shall we? All right. Thanks for that sidebar story. That was good. It makes me want to go back to
I
that
know, to that
restaurant.
restaurant, right? Except
Well,
it's a
people
two
want
and
to
a half
know. It
hour
was
drive.
Christopher's Kitchen in
Kitchen.
Palm Beach Gardens,
Palm
I
Beach
think.
Gardens.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the girl,
PGA
she's
Boulevard.
like, she said, "Oh, one of the other servers is a raw foodist. She's gonna love this deck. I'm telling everybody." It was so cool.
Yeah.
That was magic, right?
It was magic for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. Oh, I don't know what happened to it. So you're gonna have to talk for a minute while I look for it. It disappeared. I have to pull it
The
up
reading.
again. Yeah.
So we did the 4 card craving spread.
Healing.
Craving. Healing.
I think we did the healing, but you can call it craving tonight.
We get mixed up and we created the spreads. So but it's a 4 card healing, and we absolutely tapped into the prosperity of the group that would be attending either virtually or live. And we loved this reading. It was so, as people say, and I'm quoting what other people say about our readings, spot on. It was spot on. And, you know, so this is what we have to look forward to, guys, in the next 3 months with the energy around our prosperity.
Cool.
Take it away, Lainie.
All right, take it away. So it is the 4 card healing, and we want to know what is the final outcome in the 3 months. So the first card, and in this spread is in the book. Okay.
Yes.
So this isn't a new spread. This is one that you guys can do right at home. So let me get into it. Let's see.
Tony says maybe they deliver. Yeah, Tony, Christopher's Kitchen deliver. We need to have a Christopher's Kitchen here in Fort Myers. Is what
God. Okay, what is the energy around increasing my, our, yours, everyone's prosperity? And the first card, and it's interesting, I gave a reading for a private client today, and this card came up for her too. So I know the energy's like present.
Yeah.
So why don't you start off? Why don't you talk about what's the energy around avocado?
Our beautiful avocado card talks about healing, right? And as you can see in the picture, as we do point to our images in our certification class, you know, the avocado is laid open on a lot of avocados, which is an abundance, but it's that seed, right? The seed that begins our healing. We plant the seed. And what do we need to heal around our prosperity? For some of us, it's our thoughts. For some of us, it's, you know, really processing what those thoughts of lack are, where they came from, and how to release them, right? Because when we're in a state of lack and we're, you know, kind of tightened up, like nothing is coming to us, well, we're not open to receive. So sometimes we have to heal our thoughts, our mindset. Sometimes we have to heal, you know, the negative people that might be around us, giving us negative feedback about our prosperity. So a lot of healing takes first, you know, first comes healing. And this is in any situation, guys. Whatever you want to attract in, the first step is to heal what you think and why you think you may not be able to attract it in.
Any questions about that before we move on? Because that's a really important piece. You can't clear, you have to clear, you can't move forward in becoming prosperous unless you have that clarity. So what is the energy around increasing my prosperity, your prosperity, our prosperity? Is the energy is that there needs to be some healing taking place. There may be some blocks and limiting beliefs that you'd even know have been there for some time.
Mm-hmm.
And why, wow, we've now come into a month of 2022 and the same stuff that you were experiencing in 2021 is happening. Well, let's look at what needs to be healed in order to move on, because we want to see from here into 3 months from now that you all come back and say you had a shift. And hopefully this reading is going to help you get there.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's see. Next, what is the energy around keeping the healing going? What do you need to do to keep moving into a healing state? Well, you need to stay connected. And connection is our Brussels sprouts card. And similar to the onions that Tamara got, there's lots of layers in the Brussels sprouts. You peel them back, right? Just their baby cabbage, and there's layers and layers of layers of connections there. Not only do they come on a vine all connected to each other, but start seeing the connected, what's connecting in your life and what's not connected, who's no longer connecting. You no longer connect with this vibration. You need to heal some wounds that may be connected to your past. Whatever it is, start seeing the connections that relate to your healing, because this is a prime opportunity. Spirit's asking you to heal and start looking at these connections. Don't brush them under the rug. Don't think that they're just going to be shoved down. This is the time to start looking at everything and connecting the dots and making the connections to what is holding you back from being in your fullness.
Mm-hmm. Also connecting in with your body, right? Connecting in with what the body is telling you, not only about your food, but about people, places, things, jobs, whatever it is that, your body has a mechanism in it that actually gives you signals as to what's good and what's not so good for you. You'll feel like, a contraction in your gut. Perhaps the gut is usually the first place where you kind of feel some disconnected energy when you tap into the body. So always tap in and connect with your body as well.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Tina, how solid is your core? Not sure what she means by that. You might need to explain more.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can answer that. Okay. Any other questions about connection to the first card? So whenever you draw the card here, what is the energy around the question that you're asking? This card is always, what is the catalyst, the positive? What will help you? What will be your support system to make that happen? Okay. 3, on the other hand, is the converse of number 2. The 3 section in the spread is always the pay attention card. Pay attention to what this card is telling you to do in order to have number 1. Pay attention to 1 and 2 together and how they relate to one another. Okay. So that is the awareness card, is number 3. And it's positivity. So we would view that as, well, in many ways. And one of them is having a positive mindset, is having a positive outlook, and also keeping in check, very similar to the connection, where pay attention to the connections that are in your life, who, what, where. Also, the people you hang around with, the people that you aspire to be with, the people that either bring you up or bring you down. And notice all 3 of these cards have bunches. There's several of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a single fruit or a single vegetable. Peaches is asking you to remain in positive thinking, positive company, right? Your cherries. And this is a whole juicy tree where they're all coming together. The sun is shining on them. It's letting you know, pay attention to staying positive and not going down any old belief systems.
Absolutely. I love the way the light shines on those peaches, because sometimes, we can be in a dark place and not see ourselves as prosperous anywhere. Bring in some light, bring in some light through affirmations, or even bringing in some light uh, around looking at your past to see what was successful when you were solidly standing in a light place, a lightened place.
Solidly?
Solidly? Is that a word? Did I just make it up?
I think
I
so.
like to
No, I
make
think
up
it's
words.
no, it's totally a good word.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
any questions about these three? Anybody relating to these? I mean, it's hard when we don't have, like, on Zoom or or in live. We have to rely on the comments. But anybody feeling an understanding of, like, the work that you have cut out for you?
I needed this reading. Tamara says, you can't make this.
You can't make it up. I mean, seriously. And I think, again, the fact that Tamara picked the onions card, again, is multi-layers. There are several onions. If we go back, I don't even know where the card is right now, but if you go back, there were several onions on the card. And you have to take notice of that. There's a lot of energy when you see a lot of the fruits come together on some of the pictures. There you go. There's always a reason. Everything's a reason. We teach you that in the certification. We reteach you. Some people even take it a couple times to understand, because there's so much going on. You're not just looking at a bunch of peaches. There's reasons. Why is there light? Why is there so many peaches on there? Why is the Brussels sprouts have this on there? Why do we have the avocado open? Everything has a reason, and we teach you in depth about that. That's why the certification is so great. You can learn to be a better reader for yourself and for others. All right. What is Christine saying? I'm liking the idea of having the carbs out of the food I am eating at the moment. Oh, yeah. It's really, really powerful. And
It is. It's powerful
yeah.
for the body. And
All right.
Tina Townsend says, I'm feeling that this is so me. Amazing that this is a group read. However, I feel it is personal to me.
Mm-hmm. And that's the beauty of the show. And that's why I think so many people wrote back and said, when are you bringing back the show? I miss coming every week. And a lot of people, whether they come live, a lot of people watch it throughout the week. Sometimes they rewatch it, depending on what we've got going on. Is that we tune into the energy, and we got, wow, that spread, that reading that we did over the weekend really applies to today and tonight to the group. And so we're excited to share this with you. And so, is everybody wanting to see what the final outcome of all of our prosperity over the next 3 months? Don't tell them, Tony. Here we go. Ta-da!
It's the Kiwi card, the card of freedom. So we do our work with our healing, right? We connect up with people, places, and things that are working for us, connecting up to ourselves. We make sure that everything around us is flowing in a positive way, in a juicy, positive way. I can't help but think of peaches biting into a peach with juice running down my face. It's juicy, right? Make sure that the things you are going for are juicy. And then we get to the ultimate freedom. Personal freedom, financial freedom, career freedom, whatever it is that you've been wanting to be prosperous around. Kiwi comes in. And in this picture, you'll see all the little white in the center and the seeds around it. Again, planting seeds. But as the people who took our certification class knows, white signifies spirit, right? Because we are connected, we're breathing in our connection and breathing out our connection, and we are experiencing freedom on every level.
So, not to be cliche, but we can breathe a sigh of relief. getting the freedom card, if you follow this little roadmap that will lead you to healing, connecting, staying in that vibration of positivity, and allowing yourself to be free from the shackles, allowing yourself to be free from the limited beliefs. Anything that has held you back, anybody who told you differently, let them go, release, and highly recommend if any of these, well, we have positivity as a meditation on our website. You can grab it, $1.99. So worth it for 5 minutes of how to stay in positivity. It talks all about the peaches. It talks about the tree of life. It's a wonderful meditation that you can really sink your teeth into, because it's not easy to stay positive right now. It's not easy. We get that. We experience it. Things are so up and down. Forget Mercury in retrograde. We're talking about everything going on the planet, and it's not easy. Not everybody is thriving, and we encourage you to stay positive. It's so important. In fact, a little bit of a segue, but super important. I'm interviewing this 20-time award-winning filmmaker for this film about cancer and introspective. It's this Thursday on my other show, Zeta Global Radio. But one of the big takeaways, and I'll be talking about it with the filmmaker, was about staying in positivity and how it affects our physiology. So when we see, and I particularly, because I just saw the movie and I can't wait for this interview on Thursday, when you see this positivity card in the pay attention, it got my attention. And I made a vow. I told Joanna, I'm staying in positivity. I really am. And no matter what it looks like, you find your way back to the core, whatever you knew. There's the core. We're bringing the core back up.
There you go.
Yeah, Tina. But you got to stay in your core. And this is a roadmap. So we thought this was really powerful. It's now gone out throughout the world. Here it is on our show, which will be on our YouTube. You can go back and watch this. Highly recommend the positivity. And wait, there's more. To anchor this in, we put a little picture of ways that you can anchor it in from eating. So you want to share a little bit about this, Joanna?
Yeah, so here we go. The first picture there is our avocado, which is our healing. We have spinach for strength, tomato for action. I can't see what else is in there. It's kind of
assume that there's Brussels sprouts in there too, because the idea is to eat with intention, with the food of this reading, to anchor in. What can you do to anchor in that healing? Is eat your intention.
Eat your intention, intentionally eating. And so pull some daily cards for yourself every day. This will not only give you a roadmap of the energy of the day, but it also might indicate what you need to eat with intention. There's something different that happens. And we probably say this so many times, but as a body worker, what we put into our bodies, thoughts, food, individuals that we're around really do make a difference in the state of health for us.
Beautiful. We always tell people to get our journal. It's blank. It's just, we give you a little printout inside. On the inside flap, it tells you how to use it, but really to track your moods. If you are finding you're having a down day, look at what you ate. Look at who you spoke to. Look at what activity you had, and see what card is continuously being pulled or only being pulled on that day. And seeing a journal is so helpful when you're doing readings for yourself. Okay. Of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the smoothies. So here's our freedom smoothie, right? Here's the kiwi, here's our positivity, and we have 33 of those recipes in our book. And so we highly recommend, if you're wanting to work on how to intentionalize these foods for this reading, or this really speaks to you, the Brussels sprouts or the peaches or whatever it is, breathing easier, eat your way into intending to be more prosperous. All right. Any questions there? Any thoughts?
Tamara says, turn off the TV, drink smoothies, and watch the real-time wisdom show.
Yeah, seriously. 1 hour a week. Why not? Sometimes it's less than an hour, sometimes it's more, but we generally stay right here. All right. So one thing, I don't know how often you travel to foodhealingdeck.com, but ta-da, we actually recently came up with 5 additional smoothies called prosperity smoothies. They are new. They are brand new. You can get them digitally. It's $8.95. We're not looking to get rich off this. We're looking for you to heal and find your prosperity. They are now digitally available on the website, and they are 5 most delicious smoothies. They all come with an affirmation. They all are intended. We've tasted them, we've tested them, we've done affirmations. It's been an amazing journey. So in addition to our smoothie book now that you can get digitally, or our hardcover since they just arrived, this is a digital version, and it's $8.95, and you get 5 more smoothies to add to your collection. So right now that'll be a total of 38, which is an 11, which I think is powerful. I don't even know if we planned that.
No, most things we don't plan, but spirit has its way with us for sure.
Yeah. So that's what we have. I mean, a lot of new stuff. We got, it's exciting. It's exciting. But oh my God, those prosperity smoothies, we were just bugging out. Again, we were drinking them in, and they're really fun names. And I think you're really going to enjoy them. The smoothie book, Christine, is online. It's on our website at foodhealingdeck.com. Just go to our shop. And we have a hardcover, and we have a digital version. And then the Prosperities is digital. So those are both available, again, at our website, foodhealingbeck.com. So
I just want to say something about our process of creating these recipes, because it might be of interest. So, Lainie and I tune in, right? We just tune in, and we don't taste the recipes first and try to measure and see what would go with what. They are just channeled. The ingredients are channeled. Then we match the cards. We do the affirmation, channeled. And then we go into the kitchen and try them, which is kind of backwards maybe from some people.
That's true. That is true.
But when we go into the kitchen and try them, out of the first book, out of the first 33, there was only one we had to tweak because it didn't taste quite right. 1 out of 33. And we were able to, so we taste it at first, like, oh God, how is this going to taste? And we're like, oh, wow, this is good. And then one of us reads the affirmation while the other one is drinking, and it changes. Like Lainie said, there is a discernible, visceral shift when you're drinking the smoothie and having that affirmation in front of you. You guys, this is up-leveled eating. It's definitely
eating. That's cool.
Up-leveled eating, the way to feed your body in such a high vibe way. This is what's putting a high vibration in your body when you're consciously knowing what this food's messages are for you. And it's been so much fun. It's been such a great journey to do this. And I think there's going to be more, because how can there not be, right?
Especially, it's funny, someone asked us if the next deck, which we're working on, is going to be more the same. We said, 60 more foods. And then you can put the cards together if you want, and you'll have 120 words to intentionalize. And that means that's 120 opportunities for us to make more recipes. And that's kind of the fun at the Intentional Smoothie Symposium, is that we'll be doing recipes from the current book, as well as unveiling some of the new recipes that will come from the forthcoming deck. Mm-hmm. So a lot to look forward. And that's that. So we're not doing individual readings anymore because time is up, but I'm glad you have the group reading to enjoy. And next week, sometimes we do individual, like we did Tamara's. We change it up all the time, what time allows. And a favor to ask, if you guys are on social media, if you haven't yet, can you follow us, please, on TikTok? We're starting to want to grow that more. We're at I think we're the Food Oracles on there. Mm-hmm. That's right. Tony, you might be able to put it in the comments if you know what our TikTok is, and then also Instagram and of course Facebook. So spread the word. Come to one of our classes. Again, the February 23rd event is online, so it doesn't matter where you are, and it's 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern, so wherever you are in your time zone, and that is Awakening to Intentional Eating. That's going to be a fantastic program. And then, of course, our certification is online in March, and then our live one is in Florida here in the end of April, 29th and 30th. Okay, last questions. Anybody before we sign off? Now I want to go make a prosperity smoothie. I've been eating all these foods like crazy. Bring it in. Bring it in. I don't want to wait 3 months. I want it.
Oh, Tony says at Food Healing Oracles TikTok. Thank you, Tony. You keep us on tracks.
Oh my God. Thank you. We're at Food Healing Oracles. I know we're at Food Healing Deck sometimes or Food Healing Oracles, but we're the Food Oracles and proud of it. Thank you all for being here.
It's always so much fun to be here with you guys and to see, what comes up. Because sometimes Lainie and I don't really plan these things. We're just like, we have a general idea, but we just like to have fun. As evident this weekend, my stomach still hurts from all the laughing, I swear. I mean, I think that I told Tony that that's the way I do abdominal exercises. I laugh. Really works the abdominals.
We're the Food Healing Oracles, and we're the Laughing Oracles. Thanks, everybody. All right. Have a good laugh. Have a good smoothie. Have a good dinner or whatever you do. Stay in touch. Thank you for being part of our cherries, and we will see you next week. Peace out. Take care.